All right, we are live. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, I'm
How you
here.
doing?
Oh, I feel so happy to be here. Oh my
Oh
God.
Lord, I am excited to hear about your story because I never heard about it. I know you're from Boston, but that's pretty much it. So, can you start off with telling the audience what your name is and a little brief background about yourself?
Cool. So my name is Alfred Campbell. I know some people don't even believe me. That's my name because nobody really says it, but that's my name. Better known as AC. As you mentioned, from Boston. I've been here since 2001, a little bit over 21 years. I am, I guess you could say, entrepreneur. Also, I've delved into not podcasting, but the radio realm as well. I've been doing that 12, been doing that for 12 years now. I'm also, an educator as well. I love the kids. That's something that has always stuck with me from like the
That
beginning.
background looked like you at the school.
Listen, I'm told when I'm not even teaching. So not too crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, um, I feel like, I'm an open book. Anything people ever need to know about me, more than willing to come ask.
Okay, so let's start off with your upbringing.
Mhm.
Did you grow up in a single parent home? Both of your parents were in the home. Like, how did you grow up?
So, I yes and no, and my granddad, that was one of my main guardians, and I also had my mom. So like I always felt like I always had that father figure role.
Mhm.
Um, my dad, he also lived in the same area, but he was probably like call like 15, 20 minutes from me. So like I still had him. It's just that, we was in separate households. Um, yeah, I would say like unlike, some, I feel like I still had the two parent household, just
Yeah.
not in the household. That makes sense.
Okay. So, did you have any siblings growing up?
Yes. So I have two brothers on my dad's side, one that's older than me, and I have one that's about like 2, 3 years younger than me. And then I got a baby sister. And yes, she's the baby. Even though she's, in her 30s, she the baby. So
Baby, baby. Okay.
yeah, the baby.
Well, so growing up, did you grow up with any of your siblings?
So I grew up with my sister. We like partners in crimes. Every little thing we've went through, it's me and her. My brothers, as I got a little bit older, I hung out with them more. When I was younger, I would see them, but I wouldn't see them as much as my sister. If that makes sense. So,
Okay. So you and your sister are tight.
oh, we tight. We talk every day. You know,
Nice.
sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. But yeah, we
Okay.
tight. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's a blessing. So, if you were to give your younger self advice,
Mhm.
what do you think that would be?
Damn, my younger self. I would say, be open. Be open to change and embrace what's to come. And I say that because there was like a lot of times my granddad would tell me things. And you know how it is when you got somebody that's older than you telling you something,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, whatever, old head, you know what you're talking about. But majority of what he told me then has came to a fruition as an adult. And I always say to myself, like, yo, this is crazy. My OG told me this. He always told me this. And,
Right.
me being ignorant and being younger, I wouldn't pay it no mind because I was like, nah, you don't know nothing. Because I don't know, he was my granddad. Like, what's it listen to my granddad? I'm like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you old. You know what I
So,
mean?
do you wish you would have listened earlier, or do you think that you finding out for yourself through trial and tribulation? Do you think that that was better?
It was better for me to find it on my own because if, say, for instance, he would have called me every time I would have fell, I would have never knew what it is to fall. I would
Right.
just, I got somebody that's going to catch me. So I'm glad, like, I was able to experience, like, especially like living in the city. Like, I don't know if you about to, deep into the city life, but living in the city helped me out a lot, especially at that young age. I was, I was exposed to a lot. So yeah, yeah,
So did you,
yeah.
were you outside as a youngster, or do you think you were more homebodied or a mixture of both?
I don't even know what the inside of my house looked like. I'm not gonna sit up and lie to you. I don't even know what that looks like. The only time I was inside is when I had punishment. And I mean, that was a good amount of times, but I was outside. I would leave I would leave school. Yo, because this is before we had the landlines. So I would leave
Mm-hmm.
school like, yo, look,
He's
yeah,
showing his age.
yeah, hold on, hold on. Yeah, like, yo, meet up at so and so, and we'll go to wherever spot we meet up at. Go there, and literally from the time I got from school till like I think the street lights came on at the time, call it like 8. I would make it just in time, just so I wouldn't have to be in trouble the next day. Because my rule of thumb was you got to get home before them street lights came on. If them street lights came on, oh, it was going to be a rude awakening when I,
On.
you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah.
So at what age did you come to Delaware?
So I was 15
15.
there. So if you add that up, you kind of understand
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I'm at.
yeah, I got it.
You know what I mean?
So
So yeah.
did you get into any trouble? Because that's a trying age. Like that's the age where you testing out different things.
Well, I wouldn't say I got into trouble. It was so much going on, drugs, gang, and whatnot. And then like at the time I was hooping. So like I was into that, but then I was also like around a lot. So I think for like looking back at it, I think my mom was like, oh yeah, nah, you not about to, be in that. You ain't about to be in the mix. So um and then I lost a lot of buddies, That's the thing. I think that's another thing too. And she was like, oh, like that was the one that was at the house. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I think more so she was like, yeah, we out, we gone. So here we are.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said you're an entrepreneur. Can you tell me some of the things that you do?
So first off, shout out to the crew, Influencers Lab Media. We are a full scale digital marketing media company. We've been in the game, I want to say well over 10 years, but we have I want to say we have done pretty much majority of the major events on the East Coast, or I want to say the region of the region, from homecomings for the greatest. Let me say this: the greatest university, Delaware State University.
Okay.
We
Corner
have,
shout out.
yeah, state. Um, we have done Liquid Financial Field. We had did like a back to back New Year's event.
Oh, when y'all gonna do Lincoln again?
You know what's crazy? You know what's real crazy? And I'll be straight up, right? I haven't even thought about touching New Year's, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, every New Year's, what I'm noticing, more and more people staying in the house, especially like our age group. They like, oh, we're gonna play the house, and nothing wrong with that. I perfectly think that's perfectly fine, but I don't want to do it, and then it's not me creating an experience because I feel like I'm doing you a disservice from saying, hey, come have fun with me, come start point and nobody's, what I'm saying? I'm crazy. So I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it in probably like maybe like 8 to 10 years. I haven't done a New Year's event.
Okay.
So there's that.
What about this Dover Downs? What's
So okay. I don't want to say much, right? But I feel like with Dover Downs, um, it's a little finicky there.
Okay.
If you can read between the lines, it's a little finicky there.
Yeah, I see your facial expression. I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, like I haven't really, you know what I mean? But I would love to. But it would have to be a situation that made sense for both parties. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe y'all should have that conversation to put that in there.
So you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I feel like the opportunity was there, and I don't know really like what it was that kind of didn't make sense, but I feel like it was there. It was there multiple times. So I don't know. Maybe they might listen to you and be like, "Oh
Oh,
shoot."
here we go.
No, I'm just
You
maybe they
got the
will.
plug, man.
I'm listening. You the plug. You the plug. I'm telling you the plug. You all
Dover
do
Downs. Hit them up. What's y'all names again?
Influencers Lab Media, baby.
Yeah, y'all gotta hit them up. Try to renegotiate the terms of the contract.
Go. Let's go. Listen, man, we love to make things work. Because again, I'm all about the experience. I like to provide great service.
So I cut you off before you continue what else you did. But I do want you to also let people know how to get in touch with you if they wanted to reach out to you about an event or whatever.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, most definitely. You can find me at AC 302. Easy as that. I'm very approachable. Don't feel like, nervous or anything like that. You can talk to me about whatever you need help with. Let's make it happen. Again, it gotta make sense though. It gotta make sense for both parties. I don't ever want to. Nah, and I tell you this all the time, right? Yo, like for me, like the money's gonna come. The money's gonna come. It just gotta make sense. You know what I mean? Where
It got to be beneficial for both
for both,
parties.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? We'll worry about the money, if I'm saying, after the fact. But yeah, it's gotta make sense, and then we can get it from there. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you know about like your family background, like where your elders came from?
I'm glad you said that. I was actually going to touch on that. So, I am I'm born and raised, of course, in America. But both of my parents, they were both born in Jamaica, St. Anne, 9 Mile, by the way of 9 Mile. My dad, he's more so from the city, but I'm not too sure on what part, and I don't want to lie. You know what I mean, on the show. So I'm just gonna. He's from the city, but
So we
yeah,
got to do a part 2 when you find out.
yeah. Listen, yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he's
I
from the city.
never knew you were,
Shannon,
Wagwan.
you'll be surprised what people don't know about me. That's why I'm so glad that we had this conversation, because it was like my story, and I was like, damn, I do got a story to tell. Like I got
Exactly.
oh, you know what's crazy? I forgot the most important part. So going back to what you said about what else, right? I originally started doing music. This was like 2004 or 5.
What kind of music?
So we was doing rap, right? It was a group, and I was managing, each artist individually. The label was called 4D Music, and it was like probably like 6 guys that was on, the label. We had did a music video, which shout out to my boy Depp. He had did like Freeway, Meek Mill, and what's my man? What's the African boy name, man? That be doing the stand-up comedian, African boy, Michael Blackston. So he had said, yo, look, I got you in a video. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't free. It wasn't free. It wasn't free at all. It wasn't free. It was, it was a couple of hours. It was a couple of hours. But yo, he had us looking like something. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of my favorite videos.
So where can we see the video at?
So first off, let me get this disclaimer. For one, you can tell it was an old video. We was dressed, I mean, at my period.
It was a grainy video?
No. It was, the clarity was crazy. But I'm just giving a disclaimer about the dress. The dress was crazy back in that time. It was crazy. 4, 5X, you know what I mean? It was crazy. Okay. And then, your boy, he had hair. So, so yeah.
I'm excited to see this. Where can we see it?
Oh, so For Deep Music, the number four, Deep, DEEP, Music, MUZIK. And I think the video is called it's called Amsterdam. It's called Amsterdam. And we was crazy. We was trying to get Amsterdam to sponsor us. So we had did like all these like, you know, brand placement. We had did like all these like different shots with the, you know, the bottle. It was crazy. It was crazy. We reached out and everything. We ain't getting a response, but we had.
So y'all just gave them free promo.
We gave them free promo, and I ain't gonna lie to you. For the way things is going, to me, I feel like it would have worked. If they would have got behind it, it would have worked. Crazy, because it was like, and again, my personal opinion, hip hop is one of the biggest influences around every brand in the world. So I think that was like we was ahead of our time. Like we was thinking about branding before branding was like a thing or the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, your boy was out here being what you want to call it? I was A&R.
Go ahead.
I was booking shows. I was doing studio time.
So what made you stop?
So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. It's costly. It's costly.
Definitely is.
At the time, we weren't getting booked to gigs that was paid gigs, I should say. We was more so like getting a lot of looks from like different people that we had good relationships with. So like we was getting the exposure. Like we was getting exposure to so many people. But like
exposure can only take you but so far.
No. Listen, that's facts. And that's why I understand and respect the Rick Rosses, the JDs, because I know like, you know, this is pre-internet. Like y'all got hot pre-internet.
Yeah.
That was hard. You know what I'm saying? And I was struggling with internet. The internet era, I was struggling. So I already know these dudes was out there making like.
So it sounds like it was a passion of yours. You think you want to bring it back one day, or are you like, nah, I'm cool?
I would love to, only if it makes sense. Like, well, you know, so I still do radio. Shout out to my boy, OG Nitty. We co-host Team Nitty Radio. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love music. I love music. It's one of my things. But as far as that aspect, I will have to see how I can make that work, because I would want to do it to make sure that whoever I'm dealing with, we both have okay, this is what it is. Not me like, you know, working all crazy and it ain't like, oh, I'm just gonna sit back. Nah, it's a partner.
Right. Totally get it. So you have some kids. Can you can you tell a little about them and any of your personalities in them? Like what type of things do you instill in your children?
So I'm a father of four. Three girls, one boy. 17, 15, 9, 3. I feel like that youngest one is me to the T. She feisty. She a little feisty. You know what I'm saying? She feisty. So I would say that's me. My middle daughter, I ain't gonna lie, she's a sweetheart, man. She's a sweetheart. Like she's a big sweetheart. My oldest daughter, she is I feel like she's a material girl. Like she want everything. Oh, I got this, that. I just seen this. Can you get it? And yeah, she gonna be the bougie one. I think I don't know. She gonna be bougie, man.
And then she gonna cost me the most.
Oh, what? Prom? Because so her Sweet 16 is coming up. Okay. So I'm mentally and financially that now. That's in February. And then my son, you know, he too cool for school, man. He graduates this coming spring. I mean, this coming June. Too cool for school. So he gonna be my yo. You know how something's like always going on and like things get crazy, and you got that one person that's like, oh, all right, cool, let's just do it like this. Like Mad Calm,
Yeah,
that's
he the chill one.
Mr. Just Chill. Oh nah, he ain't gonna do that. Like he's too cool. Too cool for
Okay. So, do your children know about like how you grew up and was it any like trials and tribulations that you had to go through that you kind of told them about?
So I didn't go into detail, and I feel like because I didn't want to go into detail about some of the things I've been through. Um, I just tell them that me and their mom try to provide the best life for them, and with my son, he's been in sports probably since pee-wee age. I've
Mm-hmm.
always kept him occupied, and then with my girls, they're all in activities minus the youngest one. The other two, um, she did dance since she was 7 or 8. My oldest, and now she's doing cheerleading. And then my middle, she's doing chorus, but she was like in the summer, she was doing soccer, she was swimming. Like she's busy in the summer. She's busy. So like the good thing about that, I'm exposing them all to like different things. I only did basketball, but I did, I had a taste of soccer. I had a taste of flag football. I had a taste of baseball, but it was all basketball for me. With them, like I'm trying to like make sure I spread the love for them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah.
So if something unfortunate happened tomorrow,
Mhm.
what would you want your legacy to be?
Um, I would want it to be that I was able to help as many kids as possible. I think that's my thing as kids. I do coach, and I feel like I coach mainly because I was able to have somebody teach me discipline. I think that is something that's very important, especially with my young African American men and young women. I coach basketball, and that was something that I was like, if I pass on anything, I want to pass on that because some of these kids might go to the next level, or I might just prepare them for high school and a collegiate level. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, I do coach girls cross country and girls track. Um,
You
Cross
know
country,
how to run?
huh?
You good at running?
Well, I wouldn't say good, but I get the basics though. You know,
Okay.
so like case in point, um, this past season, we did pretty good this past season. You know what I mean? And most of my girls never ran. I probably had maybe one or two tops that ran. Some of the field events like shot put, long jump, high jump, triple jump, I had to really hone in on that because like they didn't really get it.
Yeah.
Um, Now there was certain specialties that I needed that I'm not the best at. So I had a guy come in and help with that. Shout out to my guy Chris. He came in and helped as well, which that was golden because I helped a lot of them. I helped a lot of my girls. So that was to me that was perfect. Perfect for me. Yeah.
So what do your close friends mean to you?
Oh, my close friends is family, especially the ones, you know what I mean, I talk to on a daily. They family. I don't even consider them friends because most of their moms is my moms. You know what I'm saying? Some of their some of my buddies, they lost their parents. I was at the funerals. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's how tight we are. That's family now. So they mean a lot though. You know, I would say like they hold weight, you know what I mean, in my day to day. So
All
yeah.
right, don't be crying. I see you trying to hold back your tears.
Oh, I'm not crying.
All right. So I want you to leave us off with a positive quote. It could be towards anybody, just something positive.
So I was doing t-shirts not too long ago, probably like last year, this time last year. And one of these quotes that always stuck with me was Um, what comes easy won't last, and what lasts won't come easy. Um, I feel like when you get tested, you be like, damn, yo, like I can't believe that happened. But in 2 to 3 months, it might mean something to you in 2 to 3 months, but it didn't mean nothing to you 3 months ago. You were just like, damn, that's crazy. And I know like a lot of times, certain things or tragedies or whatever, it don't make sense. It's gonna make sense to you at some point. It is. And once you get through that, you battle tested. And nothing, no weapon is gonna ever prosper against you.
Hello. Go ahead. All right, we're going to wrap up. Just want you to plug in. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how can they?
Oh, so most definitely you can find your boy on Instagram, AC302. I'm actually heavy on Instagram. I don't think I have other platforms, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't use them. But definitely hit me on Instagram, AC302. If the conversation sounds great, I'll make sure I give you my number so we can talk directly.
All right. Have a good one. And thank you for coming on.
Shane, I appreciate the love, man.
Always, always.